Mhm. Well, I'm gonna start. People are gonna join in. I'm Cleo. I am so happy to have you here. Everything's recorded. You will have access to the recording within 24 hours so that you can watch it again with, you know, if you can't attend today, you can watch it. They won't be on for long. They will be on until Tuesday. But that gives you plenty of time to do it. So, before we start, I wanted to make sure that you're present, 100% present, whatever you're struggling with, whatever is on your mind right now, something that happened before this training, something that will happen after this training. If you are going out tonight, just for this hour, be present. Just live it. Everything that's on your mind. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth, and give yourself permission to be present today for just an hour. Because maybe you have a message that you need to hear, not necessarily from me, but from someone that writes something in the comments. I will be looking at the comments. I will be asking some questions so that it can be a little bit interactive. And we're going to be together around an hour. And I have some slides to share. Let me find them. Bear with me. I have some slide to share. So these are it. So try to be present. So here it is. Let me put this into present so that you can see it all full screen. So all in on your dream health, but it's not just the dream health. It is the dream relationship, the dream job, the dream house, whatever you want. This is something that encompasses all that. I really wanted to give you something that really speaks to the mind, body, soul connection. So today, actually in these 2 days, so we're going to be an hour and a half together, the same tomorrow. And I want you to walk away with this ability to get to know your body on a deeper level and recognize the subconscious beliefs that we all have that may be keeping you stuck in patterns and blocking your ability to manifest health, the success, relationship, money, the home, the job that you want in your life. So this is not for you if you are just looking for another diet, if you are just looking for a meal plan, if you are looking for a quick fix and unwilling to get uncomfortable. So you might not be uncomfortable in this 2-day free training, although you might be, but it's something that I give in all my containers to my new clients because and what does that mean, uncomfortable? We are putting a question mark We are trying to go deeper on the eating habits, on the way that you've been thinking for however many years. So, yes, there is a level of discomfort or uncomfortability, if that's a word. But this is for you if you want to clean your diet, if you want to understand what works for you and your body, if you want to get to know yourself and your body on a deeper level, on a more beautiful level. And I write beautiful because when you get to that place where you know yourself and your body, you listen to the signs that it sends you all the time, you are so grounded. And progressively, what happens outside is not going to impact you and your health as much. So for today is going to be all about nutrition, but it is from a mind, body, soul approach. So we're going to see all that, not in that order, but we're going to talk all about probiotics. I get asked so many questions about probiotics that I want to clear the air a little bit. And if you have any questions during this presentation, please ask anything in the comments. I will be checking the comments. What are 3 daily habits? There's a lot, but if I had to jot it down to three, what are the 3 habits that we can implement every day to have a digestive system work correctly and our body work optimally? What are some healthy foods for the gut and the body? We're going to talk about constipation. Every other person that I talk to is dealing with some form of constipation. So this is a big deal. And we're going to talk about the gut microbiome, how we can rebalance it, and also how we can rebalance all other microbiomes in the body that 99% of people, actually 99.99999% of people, don't know about. So we're going to talk a lot about the gut, not just the gut, but a lot about the gut, and I'll tell you why in just a second. Your gut will tell you what you're digesting. Your body is sending you signs all the time, but we are not listening. We're not listening. We mask. So we mask our gut with pills to calm our indigestion, maybe probiotics, maybe something else. We take pills for our anxiety. We take pills for our depression. But let's get a little deeper. And I want you to ask yourself, if you can put it in the comments, how well do you feel like you know your body? Like, how well do you listen to the signs that your body sends you all the time? Because most of us haven't met our bodies yet. And tomorrow is going to be all about the mind-body connection. So we're going to move our bodies a little bit to get you into that deeper connection to your body, to meet your body, maybe for some of you for the first time. How often do you eat the same foods? How many foods have you excluded from your diet? When is your first and last meal of the day? How aware are you of your thoughts? Because everything is going to impact your gut and consequently your health, mind, body, soul. So I really want for you to go after your dream health, but your dream relationship, your dream financial abundance, your dream home with confidence. And we're going to talk about why it's important for that to do that, for that to happen, to balance our gut microbiome and to move our bodies in a way it intuitively knows how to move, to release what needs to be released, to shift what needs to be shifted, to bring more of what you want to bring more. That's tomorrow. So let's get to it. I don't have time to say it now for because I'm respectful of your time, but it's something that I start with in all my containers to heal, to heal your health issue, to heal your money blocks, to heal your relationship blocks, whatever. You must first unlearn everything you think you know about healing. There are so many misconceptions installed by the wellness industry. Oh, you only need to eat these foods. You need to do intermittent fasting. You need to journal. You need to meditate. You need to exercise. You need to do yoga. You need to do deep breathing. So, a lot of people that I talk to are very overwhelmed about all these things. And I'm here to tell you that we need to simplify wellness. It's not about doing all these things if it drives you a little bit anxious. It's about, again, finding what works for you. What works for you is not going to work for me. Most of everything you've ever learned about how to heal your gut, how to be healthy, is probably wrong and is missing some very important steps. Okay. And not today for time's sake, but so at the end of the training, I'm not here to sell you anything, but you can have the opportunity to hop on a call with me. I've opened 10 spots to get on a call with me so we can see that. Because a lot of people have outdated healing misconceptions that are keeping them stuck from the health that they truly desire. I have so many people come tell me, even clients at the beginning, oh, I read an article, let's say, about intermittent fasting that says that intermittent fasting is the best thing that you can do for your health. And then I read another article that says that it's the worst thing. You should not intermittent fasting. And they're like, what do I have to do? So we'll see all of that on a call if you're called to hop on a call with me. So, why should we care about a healthy gut? What is it impacting when it's healthy and when it's not? Why does gut health mean total health? The gut immune connection is the most important connection. If you're someone who gets sick often, I have a friend who gets sick every 2 weeks, more or less. And I was sick. I never get sick, but I was sick this past week. And I knew that I had to focus on foods that would heal my gut. A lot of bone broth, a lot of soups, a lot of tea. So the gut immune connection is the most important one. Also, allergies. We all seem to have one. People seem to be allergic to wheat, to gluten, to soy, to blueberries, bananas. Why? Because we have an overreactive immune system because of what's going on in our gut. Because your gut is your engine, it is possible for you to feel better in your whole body, for you to have a clear mind, less brain fog, for you to feel less fatigued, for your immune system to work better. So you are not overreacting to things with food allergies, or you're not underreacting to things when you can't clear infection. So, why are we talking about gut health also? Fun fact, so you have trillions of bacteria in your gut. You have more bacteria in your gut than there are stars in the galaxy. You have more bacteria in your gut than you have cells in your body. So that's just to give you a little perspective that these trillions of microorganisms in your gut are going to play a crucial role in your health or your ill health, mind, body, soul. Because what happens in the gut, so if you have some digestive issues, if you have some bloating, if you have some gas, but that's not the only signs that you have an imbalanced gut. If you have skin issues, eczema, acne, if you have brain fog, if you are more anxious, more fearful, if you have more doubts than usual on a recurrent basis, if you get sick very often. My friend that is sick every 2 weeks, I told her, like, how is your gut? And she said, perfect. People think that because they don't have bloating, gas, diarrhea, if they go to the bathroom pretty frequently, they have a great gut balance, but that's not true. If they get cold pretty often, sick pretty often, that's a sign that their gut is imbalanced. What happens in the gut doesn't stay in the gut. Your gut health, this is why we're going into the gut, is tied to more aspect of your well-being than we realize. So it's not just about digestion. It's a central hub that can either keep your body running smoothly or it can be a source of ongoing issues. Everything I do in my containers and what I want you to take away, really to grasp that it's about skyrocketing your quality of life. And quality of life means, yes, great health, but also great relationships, financial abundance, a career you love, whatever you're currently dealing with. People think that, oh, I need to solve this issue right now, and then I can have a great quality of life. And I'm here to tell you that you can have both. And this is something I'm very passionate about. The body, this is why tomorrow we're going to move our bodies a little bit. I'm going to put some music on. It's going to be very fun. We are all alienated from our body and we're alienated from our gut. We don't know what's going on in our gut. We don't even want to look at the toilet when we go to the bathroom. Your body is sending you signs all the time. It may be in the form of how often you go to the bathroom, to the headaches you have, if it's recurrent, your skin issues, your brain fog, your stress, your fears, your anxiety. If you have acid reflux, for example, ask yourself, what is my body trying to tell me? Maybe it's trying to tell you, why did you eat that steak and 2 glasses of wine at 11 p.m. when you knew you should have eaten it at 1 p.m.? But what do? We don't listen. So we take an antacid so that we can have that steak and 2 glasses of wine at 1 p.m. We take a probiotic so that we don't have to change anything. I created that graphic to simplify what's going on in your gut because your gut microbiome is one of the most complicated organs that there is. Most people, we eat foods to increase energy, build muscle, lose weight, without realizing that when the food gets to our colon, we're actually throwing a party for the healthy bacteria that are going to call all their friends, they're going to multiply, leading to gut health, overall wellness, mind, body, soul. Or we are going to throw a party for the bad bacteria that are going to call all their friends and they're going to multiply, leading to infections, inflammations, ill health, mind, body, soul. So you've heard the phrase, you are what you eat. I'm here to say with this that you are what you digest. What we want for an optimal gut health and a stellar health is to have more healthy bacteria than bad bacteria. So if right now you're having some gut issues or other health issues that are pretty recurrent, skin issues, everything that we mentioned before, that may be a sign that your gut is unbalanced, meaning that there's more bad bacteria than healthy bacteria. So we talked about the gut, and now let's look at there's so many microbiomes in the body, but I wanted to give you the main ones that people have no idea they have. The oral microbiome. The mouth is the largest set of microbe in your body. You have several billion microbes in your mouth. And of course, it is the gateway to the digestive tract. If you have gum disease, bloody gums, inflammation, bad breath, that's a sign that your mouth microbiome is imbalanced. So you have more bad bacteria than healthy bacteria. And what most people do, they use mouthwash. But mouthwash is really antibacterial and it really masks something. If you have a bad breath, it means that you have more inflammation. So mouthwash is just going to cover it for a couple of minutes, even, yeah, minutes. But it's antibacterial. So it not only kills the bad bacteria, it also kills the good bacteria. So what should we do? We should take care of our gums. And I know it firsthand because my mom is a dentist and now I work with her. So, yeah, I can see when people have bleedy gums, they also tend to have some gut issues because every the blood that comes from our gums is swallowed and goes to our gut. For us women, the vaginal microbiome, when it is unbalanced, it can be linked, studies show, to preterm birth. And if you have frequent urinary tract infections, that's a sign that your vaginal microbiome is unbalanced. And finally, when it comes to the microbiomes in our body, the skin microbiome. It is the largest organ in our body. When you look in the mirror, what do you see? Do you see more puffiness than usual? Do you see more redness than usual? Some breakouts, some pimples? These may be signs that you have either poor gut health, poor oral health, or poor skin health. And also, in my containers, I help people really read the labels on the products that they put in their skin and also what they put in their bodies. As a general rule, if you don't recognize most of the ingredients on that label, you probably don't want to put it on your skin or in your body. But also, when it comes to the products that you put on your skin, like you put it in the morning, in mid-afternoon, you're like, where is it? Everything you put on your skin gets absorbed by your body. This is why I'm talking about the other microbiomes in your body because they're so intertwined. Gut health, skin health, like mouth microbiome, vaginal microbiome, everything's linked. And there's also the external microbiome. That's so great. It's not just what we have in our body that can be causing our health issues, but also everything else from the place you live, whether you live in the city or the farm, to the people you interact with, your boss, your friends, your partner, your spouse, your mentors, to the thoughts that you have. We're going to talk about it tomorrow, to the foods that you eat. Everything impacts our health, mind, body, soul. It might not happen overnight. It probably won't happen overnight, but it will happen. Sometimes you can feel it when you have interaction with someone. I used to have a toxic boss when I was working in a law firm. And my gut immediately felt it. I had to run to the bathroom. I had diarrhea. Like my gut felt it. We're going to talk about it tomorrow in details. So, if you want to keep your gut healthy, your overall health optimal, It's not just about what you ingest, it's about everything around us. So let's talk about probiotics. They seem to be everywhere since everyone seems to be on one, but are they helpful? So when people ask me about probiotics on calls, on trainings, on workshops, I always tell them you need to eat an apple over taking a probiotic. And I'm going to say why an apple in a second. Probiotics are like multivitamins. Do we have compelling evidence that multivitamins do anything for the average person? We actually don't. What we know from studies is that people who take multivitamins also have healthy habits. So the average person, vitamin takers, tend to be exercisers, clean eaters, meditators. But we don't have evidence that outside of that, the multivitamin itself in a healthy person can help. It's the same with the probiotic. I talk to so many people that tell me that they are taking probiotic, and some have great, it helps. For the majority, they don't see anything different. And there's a few that see adverse effects. They say, oh, I have more bloating, I have more gas. And when I ask them about it, they don't know themselves that it's because of the probiotic. It's not just that, but because we're talking about probiotic, they said, oh, my friend gave me that probiotic that worked for her, but for that person, it caused adverse effect. So we can be altering our microbial composition for the worst by taking a probiotic. Now, it's not a general rule. There's people that need to take some probiotic, especially when you're taking antibiotics. You usually are given probiotics. Now, most probiotics out there, I've done my research. I went to pharmacies and I asked for it and I saw most probiotics have dead bacteria. So you're actually not doing anything. As a general rule, when it's live bacteria, which is what you want, it's usually put in the fridge. But let's say that you're taking a probiotic and it is exactly what is written, it's live bacteria. What happens? Probiotics are bacteria that you already have in your gut. You already have healthy bacteria in your gut. They may not be outnumbering the bad ones, but you already have healthy bacteria in your guts. So you're adding more bacteria to the ones you already have in your gut. And what are they going to do? They're going to fight for resource. And study shows it's not a general rule, but that the bacteria that you bring in to your gut with a probiotic are usually staying in your gut for 30, 40 minutes before you poop them out. So for an average person is not taking a probiotic, it's actually feeding these healthy bacteria that you already have in your gut, and we feed them with prebiotic foods. Prebiotic. So when people tell me I have adverse effect because I took a probiotic that somebody else swore by, I've always said that, and I'm going to repeat it probably until the end of my days. There is no universally healthy foods. There is no universally healthy diet. There is no universally healthy supplements. There is only what works for you, your body, and where you are in your life right now. That's all. So, okay. What foods can help with gut health? and overall health. Fermented foods. It's going to be a general list for people that want to hop on a call with me tomorrow. We can go a lot deeper. But fermented foods are so good. They are foods that produce bacteria during the fermentation process. So things like kimchi, sauerkraut, there's actually study that say that eating even half a teaspoon of sauerkraut a day can really provide many different species of bacteria in your gut, which is what you want. So it is definitely a medicinal food. Kombucha, which is, you have to take it in consideration that may not happen. It can give you adverse effects because there's sugar in kombucha. And sugar is the number one most inflammatory food. So other foods, tempeh, kefir, miso soup, pickled cucumbers. I create my own aged cheese like Parmesan. And then there's prebiotic foods that feed this healthy bacteria. So think healthy fibrous foods, asparagus, celery, oats, dandelion greens, apple. See, apple is food for the bacteria that you have. Bananas, yogurt, dark chocolate. There's more, but these are the main ones. If you can include them in your diet, not all of it, but you'll do wonders for your gut when it comes to health, to nutrition. So let's take a look at constipation. As I said, every other person I talk to has some form of constipation. So if you're constipated, you know that you're also bloated. And for my clients, I've seen that when you release constipation, you also release their bloating. And they actually have what I call the experience, what I call stool nirvana, where they're like, oh my God, I didn't know that I could detox in such a way. So many people that are bloated also don't realize that they're constipated. And you can ask me, how's that possible? Well, because you can have bowel movements once or even twice a day and still be constipated. Because people think, oh, I'm not constipated. Constipation means you don't go to the bathroom for 4 days. Nope, nope. You can have regular bowel movements, but still be constipated if you have what is called an incomplete evacuation. When you feel that you haven't completely detoxed, like there's something in your colon still, like some undigested particles, some toxin, something that hasn't cleaned. What's the concept of shy bowels? Shy bowel can lead to constipation, and it has to do with a muscle. So it's tightening when you should be releasing. And you can have constipation, but actually only have shy bowel. So shy bowel, it's more related to the past, a situation where you wanted to go to the bathroom, but you couldn't because you were in the subway, or you had to run across the airport so that the flight would not board without you, or you were at school and you didn't want to have a bowel movement because everybody can hear and can smell. So we can train ourselves to hold our poop in, but it's dangerous because the poop is going back up the wrong direction instead of coming out. So if you have been doing this often, maybe as a kid, that means that when you actually want to have a bowel movement, you can't. So, what foods offer relief? I'm sure that if you're constipated, you know these foods. My mom has been constipated since I can remember, and some things help. So, prune juice really help. Oats, beans. I don't think she eats lots of beans, but she eats a lot of nuts. Apples work wonders, and figs. She eats a lot of kiwis as well that are known um, for helping with constipation. She doesn't drink a lot of water. So all these can help. Hydration, of course, can help. But I find through my clients and now seeing my mom at her job, she's a dentist. I think the most important thing is how often you eat and how mindfully you eat. So I'm going to talk about my mom, and I see it. She is a dentist. Sometimes she eats at 5 p.m. Sometimes I also eat at 5 p.m., but I eat a great breakfast before in the morning, like a very nutritious breakfast. She does not eat in the morning. She just drinks coffee, and, there's a lot of things that can impact the gut when we do that. And how mindfully you eat, it doesn't mean that, hey, feeling every bite. Yeah, that's ideal. But my mother, she just eats in a storage room and she's just bent, you know. There's like a very small like chair and she's like bent. They don't have a dedicated area where to eat. And in the storage room, people come in. So she's very stressed when she's eating. I think that these two things, if you can change it, can do wonders paired with nutrition, and hydration can do wonders for your constipation. So, what are three daily habits? There's so many, but I wanted to jot down three for you that we can do to have our digestive system work correctly, to have our mind, body, soul work optimally. From a nutritious standpoint, we're going to see tomorrow all the mind approach to that. But from a nutritious standpoint, what are three daily habits? Before I share this with you, you're going to think that it's so basic. You're going to say, what? You're just giving me that? But I want you to ask yourself, it's about being honest with yourself. How often do you implement it? Hydration. We just saw it with constipation, but it's all about everything in our body working optimally. Think about it. When your pipes are clogged in your house and you call a plumber to unclog those pipes so that everything can run smoothly. It's the same thing with our bodies. They can be undigested particles, toxins that are not supposed to stay in our bodies. And hydration allows to unclog everything in our bodies. Movement. You're like, what are you talking about? Movement? What is it? So it's movement. The movement has one goal to stimulate the gut, to stimulate a little bit, to move the energy in the body. And it can be literally stretching, literally shaking. I'm going to teach you, we're going to do it together tomorrow, some exercises that are so great, not only for the gut, but to release fear, worry, stress, anxiety, doubts, everything, grief that you may be experiencing right now through movement. That's tomorrow. But it's about right now stimulating the gut. I have a client, she just graduated, and she used to train for the marathon. She had some gut issues, but she had some overall issues. She wanted to lose weight, but and she was training every day for hours on a treadmill. And her gut issues and her health issues did not get reduced as quickly as we both would like. And of course, we worked on her nutrition. But when you run, think about it. How is your breathing? Your breathing is very shallow. And this signals the brain that you're going into a fight or flight. And the fight or flight, the sympathetic nervous system, when it's activated, the blood goes to our extremities, our legs to run, but it doesn't go to her gut. So this is why she still had some gut issues. So I told her to pair her treadmill training with exercises that focus on the breathing, like yoga, like Tai Chi, to activate her parasympathetic nervous system. And when she paired that, again, with we were working on nutrition as well, you work on everything at the same time. Her gut issues and her skin issues, she had eczema, progressively disappeared. And fiber. And I know that it's very controversial because I have a lot of issues or like question, let's say, not issues, questions about, but how can I eat as much fiber as I have to for a healthy gut and overall health? It can literally be grab a carrot before you leave the house, take an apple in your car. It does not have to be a huge kale salad. I don't like kale at all. So you can just have some nuts, something basic, ideally something unprocessed. And you got the fiber. Keys to optimal health. This is at the basis of all my containers. It's about first removing things that are potentially harmful to your gut, therefore to your health. Ultra processed food, alcohol. People always ask me about alcohol, like, do I have to stop it? I can't tell you right now if you have to stop it or not, if you ask me that, because I don't know enough about you, your health issue, your gut issue, what's going on, with you in general. So I can't tell you, but generally, when you have skin issues, eczema, acne, headaches, migraines, you are cold, you are sick pretty often, you have brain fog, you can't lose weight. All these are signs of an unbalanced gut. So it is going to be in your benefit to limit alcohol. And I'm always asked that question, but beer is like a fermented beverage. And yes, but so is other foods that are fermented. So that's my answer. Also, taking too many antibiotics. Of course, sometimes you need to, but some of us overindulge on antibiotic and ibuprofen. All of these impact the gut. So we need to remove them a little bit. I'm not saying remove them altogether. It depends on each person. After we remove, we replace. So this is about feeding those healthy bugs in your gut with exposure to nature, which is fermented foods that we saw, and pre and probiotic foods. And after we remove harmful things, we replace with foods that really feed our healthy bugs. It's about restoring our overall health, mind, body, soul. It involves a lot of mind-body practices like staying silent, going in nature, breathing, everything that I'm sure many of you are already doing because there's infinite data about it. And I know because I talk to a lot of people, I'm sure that a lot of you have tried many techniques and you have some um some understanding about what works for you already. And I am so excited for tomorrow to go so much deeper on everything like mind-body practices, understanding what is stress? Like we're gonna have a lot of fun. It's going to be so impactful tomorrow. So this is tomorrow. So day two, it's at the same time, 7 p.m. Greek time, 5 p.m. UK time, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we're going to talk today was nutrition. Tomorrow is going to be all about the mind, body practices and the soul. Because I promised you um, a bonus training because I've had to postpone this training that was supposed to happen last weekend because of a health issue in a family member. So I wanted to give you a bonus training, and it's something, well, let's see what day two is, and I'll talk about the bonus training. It's about the gut-brain connection that I know a lot of you know about, have heard about, but it's going a little bit deeper. Stress management, we're going to talk about what that is and why I don't agree with it, and what to do instead to release stress, anxiety, doubt, worry. It's something that I implement in my life. I work on it with my clients. It is impactful. We're going to do a powerful exercise to reframe the narrative that doesn't serve us right now and rewiring it to an empowering story. So it's really getting a little deeper. And it's not just about health, it's about whatever you want to create relationship, money, career, house, whatever it is. This is for you. And we're going to go, this is the super efficient techniques to reduce stress, anxiety, fear, uncertainty on the spot by moving our bodies a little bit. It's going to be very simple. Don't worry, we're not going to do any workout, but believe me, I guarantee you it will be impactful. Nobody can see you, the camera, nobody can see anybody. So it's just you and me. We're going to put some music on and I'm going to show you very easy techniques that you can implement anywhere. I used to do them in the bathroom when I was working in a tech company. They're very impactful. And the bonus training is something that I have been practicing for the past couple of months. And I have seen a level of certainty amongst change, amongst grief, like stress, anxiety, change. And I've created so many things in my life in just 2 months because of this practice. So I have been in personal development for over 4 years with mentors doing programs. It's been great. But this practice, and it's going to be, I'm going to give you the principles and I'm going to tell you how, it can manifest in your life. This practice, it's ongoing. I'm going to give you what I know, with the time constraints. This practice has manifested, I have created more things in my life than the 4 years of personal development. I'm not supposed, like, I love personal development. I love my mentors. I'm still in programs, but I'm always trying to find new things to give to you to my clients and to see shifts in my life. And when something really shifts, I have to share. So this is about tomorrow. And I hope I can see you all tomorrow. You have access to the recording within 24 hours, and it will be on until Tuesday. So see you tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern.